Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis, and today we have a TWAB for October 7th. And in this one, we've got Festival of the Lost coming, we've got a couple details about some patch notes coming, and they did actually break down a quick little summary here of the Destiny Content Vault. I just put a video out over that, so if you want to see that one, check the link down below in the description. Basically, most things with regards to Year 4, the Tangled Shore and the Forsaken campaign are going away. Dreaming City is staying, Battlegrounds are staying, and the Warden of Nothing Strike is staying. Pretty much everything else is going, including Presage, Harbinger, you've got Expunge, Override, Shattered Realm, all that stuff's leaving, so pretty much everything in Year 4, mostly out. A few things are staying. If you want some details, just verify what's in here. But the big thing that is coming next week is going to be two things. One, we have the Shattered Realm getting increased difficulties. There's been rumors that there's like a legend difficulty for the Shattered Realm, and by this picture right here, I can kind of believe that we now have, maybe more champions in there, higher difficulty, maybe just a higher difficulty number, but there is going to be at least, I think, a legend difficulty. I don't know if they're going to go master. I will be curious where they put this in the difficulty scaling, but as we have 3 weeks of rotations, I'll be working on probably a solo guide of how to finish this one. I've already done complete solo guides with regards to basically every collectible in every realm, so if you're looking for those, just check out the channel. But we are going to be getting higher difficulties, at least for the Shattered Realm, and I think also for Astral Alignment. They haven't officially said that here, but I've also heard that as well. So we should be getting higher difficulties for basically both seasonal activities for Season of the Lost. So stay tuned for those. Kind of make sure you're still grabbing your pinnacles, slowly trying to level up, get the artifact a little bit higher, because these difficulties could be challenging. I'll be curious to see how they actually pan out in the end, though. But Festival of the Lost is also making a debut. I said they don't have a full reveal yet. They just have a Ghost Shell preview down below. They also mentioned they're probably going to drop a trailer on Tuesday morning, probably right before the patch. So if you think about the servers usually go live for weekly reset at 10 a.m. Pacific, they'll probably drop the trailer at 9 or 8 or 7 a.m. Pacific. Probably an early one. Usually hits like 9 o'clock for me. Central Time, so a couple hours later. But we will probably see a trailer for Festival of the Lost. We do actually have a preview of what the Ghost Shell is going to look like, as you guys can see it here. Kind of inspired by Day of the Dead. They also did a cool interview with Luis Yepes. So we've got one of the Bungie artists, actually, and they kind of talked to him about his heritage and also this really cool Ghost Shell. I love the art style on it. Really cool kind of inspiration for Dia de los Muertos. And it is just really kind of cool. Nice little celebration for the month as well. So I'm digging this one. The biggest thing about Festival of the Lost is they described that we are going to have haunted sectors. Well, the only thing in the game called a sector is a lost sector. So you guys know we have the rotations of lost sectors that we go through. So I don't know if the haunted sectors are going to be for certain loot, if they're just going to be tied in, because previously we had the haunted forest. Well, Mercury is definitely gone, and we no longer are going to be facing anything in there. So they had to probably change it up as a requirement, and I guess this is utilizing things that we already have in the game. We've got different challenges in there. I don't know if the haunted sectors are all going to be in rotation, if they're going to give them kind of a bit of a theme, if there's going to be something unique to him, like the big giant axe guy who chased you through the haunted forest, who is basically invincible. If he's going to be in there, it's going to get really interesting to try and dodge that guy and still run them. So we will see what comes with the Festival of the Lost next week. Usually what's going to come in here, though, is cosmetics. We're going to have the dinosaur armor this time. They had previewed that as kind of a vote between dinosaur and then horror again, because we've had horror armor previously, like, a vampire, Dracula, and looked cool, honestly. That kind of had two different sets, but the dinosaur armor easily won, I think, the vote, probably just because it's so ridiculously kind of out of character for Destiny. It's nice to see them break character every so often. So you've got the haunted sectors and the dinosaur armor cosmetics. This Ghost Shell is going to be available for silver and also probably in one of the weekly rotations for Bright Dust. So you will be able to get this Ghost Shell for Bright Dust if you want to support that one. They do a full interview with Lewis. I'm not going to read it to you guys, but definitely check it out. Very cool to run through in there. You can kind of see his concept art with regards to the shell, kind of the shape of it, the stylings, and just kind of how it looks in general. Very cool. I love the ornate nature of these type of ones. They're always really cool to see. But you've got this one up top for Dia de los Muertos, and then this one down below looks like possibly an alternate Ghost Shell. Again, more of the ornate, kind of cool looking nature. This one looks like a little glowy ball, though. That looks very separate from these two. So I think there are at least two. There's usually quite a few cosmetics, probably a couple sparrows, ships, Ghost Shells, those usual things that they do. And we do have the ornaments for the armor, which are going to be the dinosaur armor. So I'm curious to get my hands on those. But as of that, they said the Calavera Ghost Shell will become available when Festival Light begins 10 a.m. Pacific on October 12th, so that is confirmation it does start on Tuesday, in case you were wondering. Players may acquire it for silver, as I said, or bright dust when it is on the spotlight for the event. So stay tuned, check in each week for however long the event goes, which they haven't officially said, but they probably will once it goes in there. We do have a patch coming on Tuesday, so you will get kicked out just before reset for a patch, and then they're going to get you back in. They're increasing the drop chance for Adept Nightfall weapons from a Platinum Grandmaster Nightfall to 100%. I think this is fair. I would like to see Master Lost Sectors probably do something similar, because everybody can sit there and grind, but if you're going to do a Master Lost Sector, you should get something decent from it. I know they're not the hardest things in the world to farm, but you still have to do those solo, and if you're going to solo a Master Lost Sector, I'd like to see something, at least a 50% chance like every other one. I don't know, but Grandmaster Nightfall's not an easy thing to accomplish. At least you're going to get an Adept weapon no matter what. You probably aren't going to get your God roll because it's going to take a few shots, but every time you finish a Grandmaster, you will be getting a weapon. That is a nice change to see, but if you're going to do tough content, you need to have the carrot out there on the stick for it, and I think this is the proper level of incentive. For the Corrupted, they did fix a couple of things here. They toned down the knockback of Sidia's Durance, so that's going to be a little easier so you don't get blasted completely into oblivion. The other thing they said, they removed an Unstoppable Phalanx champion from the Ogre encounter. So when you go back and forth between the two realms with the Ogres, there was an Unstoppable champion that was usually pretty easy to miss because some people would want to nuke an Ogre and then get out of there. And if you didn't see the champion, you couldn't ever go back to get it, so you would not get the Platinum rewards. So they have just basically taken him out completely, which is a nice thing. So now you can get after those Ogres a little bit quicker, which is good. And that's going to help more people get platinums, and also some people had an issue basically with completion of it for a triumph, so got that fixed. They're doing some crossplay UI fixes. You guys can read through the details, but just like the pop-ups, basically every time you sign on, you used to see all of your pending pop-ups. That'll just be one, so you'll see that you have some out there to check. It's not going to be like 20, so that's a good thing. Got a couple of UI fixes as well, but yeah, you've got details over the patch here. Other issues that they expect to be resolved. Horror's Least, it's the pulse rifle from the Corrupted Strike, actually. That will no longer drop at 0 power, which is good. Bombardiers will, the detonations will now deal damage to active supers. Kind of a random thing, but you never know what's going to be there. Crashes will no longer be caused by opening the appearance customization with faction armor equipped. Again, random weird bugs. Tether time Nightfall Triumph can now be earned as intended. Corrupted Nightfall for reaching over 100k is now rewarded as intended, so that's a good thing that that's fixed, as that's coming next week. And the Wayfinder's Compass inventory will rotate daily, so if you're missing any of the Wayfinder Compass mods, which I think you actually need for maybe the seal, you can now check in daily, and if you've unlocked enough of the Compass, you easily should be able to probably check all those boxes pretty soon. They do have some known issues out there with regards to some of the quests. If you guys have any bugs or issues right now, check and see if any of these are in here, but most of them are pretty minor. But again, if you're going through having any bugs, check the list of known issues just so you know. They go over the movie of the week and the artist of the week, so nothing too crazy there, but that pretty much wraps it up. So yeah, the big thing is we have the higher difficulty for our Season of the Lost activities, Shattered Realm, Astral Alignment. I think those are both confirmed. Shattered Realm at least seems listed here for sure. Astral Alignment getting a higher activity as it's a 6-person match made is interesting. I've heard a rumor of that, but I don't know if it's true, so we will have to find out how that works. If it is a higher difficulty, I don't know if it's going to be match made. Usually when they do that, if it gets up to Legend or Master, they don't tend to match make that stuff. So that's going to get kind of interesting to see if people need to get groups together, if there's something actually worth going for in there. Also in Shattered Realm, I'm sure there's going to be triumphs for doing it solo flawlessly. So I will work on guides for that for you guys as well. You guys know I'll be working on that one. I've got all the collectibles covered, but solo guides, that is kind of something I definitely like to do for you guys. But yeah, next week we've got the Festival of Lost and the higher difficulties. That's the main pieces. And then, as I said, I did a full video over the Destiny Content Vault update, basically with everything leaving, and when the start of Year 5, and also the Forsaken campaign will be free on December 7th, pretty much when the 30th anniversary kicks off. So if you have anybody who hasn't played that or is thinking about it, and they want to see kind of the end of that Forsaken campaign and kind of understand a little bit of what's going on before it leaves, it's a good time to bring free people in to check that one out. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know. Drop a like on the video. If you did enjoy the video, drop a downvote, but let me know in the comments what I can do to make these better. If you have thoughts about anything I listed here, if you're looking forward to a higher difficulty, the Grand Master changes, Festival of Lost, if that's exciting to you, At least it's not the Haunted Forest again, so we got a bonus there. But yeah, drop those in the comments, your thoughts on what is coming. If you guys want to find me, you can find me over on Twitter at Ebontis. For streaming, it is on twitch.tv/Ebontis or right here on YouTube. So make sure you guys hit that sub button, hit the alert bell. You'll know when I've got stuff coming up. And also, if you guys want to support me directly, you can find me on Patreon or right here on YouTube. You can join the channel as a member. I'll see you guys in the morning for the podcast, 9 a.m. Eastern time. We've got Tom Warren coming on. Again, the podcast will be October 8th, 9 a.m. Eastern. See you guys then. And other than that, enjoy your weekend. Trials comes back, so we'll see what map and what loot we've got.